I want to share with you a story I recently heard. It's become one of my favorite stories, and I hope it'll become one of yours as well. The Rav Chaim of Tzanz, Rav Chaim Kanievsky, was one of the greatest Rebbes of all time. And of course, as many Rebbes do, he accepted people into his room, he gave them counsel. And there was a Yid who came into the Rebbe and said, Rebbe, I have an anger problem. I always get angry, I lose myself, I blow up, I get angry. I need some advice from the Rebbe, how I can control my anger. It's really affecting my life and my family and everything. The Rebbe said to him, when you get angry, it says, Kilu Oved Avodah Zarah. It's really not a simple thing. He says, Rebbe, I know. It doesn't work for me. He said, Rav Chaim, but you know that when you get angry, you do things you regret, right? You ever say things you regret? He says all the time. So forget about, you think about Ruchnis and Averis. Technically, you're ruining your life. People get upset at you, you make mistakes, you destroy things. He said, Rebbe, I know that also. But I still can't control my anger always. So the Rebbe tried a few ideas, and whatever the Rebbe said, this man wasn't really getting it. He wasn't talking to him. Said to Rav Chaim, look, there's many people waiting to see me. I want to help you. Give me 30 minutes. Let me think of something that will penetrate your heart, and come back in, and I'll tell you. Hopefully, I'll find the right words to say to you. The man agreed, walked outside, and that was it. The Rebbe called in his Gabi. He said, I have a task for you. I have a mission for you. Do you think you can get someone angry? Gabi said, yeah, I'm pretty confident. The Rebbe said, look, there's a guy outside. I need you to get him angry. Do whatever it takes to make sure he loses his cool, that he blows up. Think you can do that? Gabi said, Rebbe, leave it to me. The Gabi walks outside, goes to the gentleman and says, can I offer you a cup of coffee? He says, yeah, sure, I'd love a cup of coffee. The Gabi goes, fills up a whole tray with a full pot of coffee, sugar, milk, walks to the guy, and by mistake, spills the coffee all over him. And the Gabi is waiting for this guy's reaction, especially because he spilled the coffee on him, and the guy's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to, are you okay? The guy was full of coffee and everything. He's asking the Gabi if he's okay. Gabi says, hey, what do I do with this guy? He didn't work. Gabi says, you're asking me if I'm okay? Of course you're asking me if I'm okay, because it's your fault. You tripped me. Of course he didn't. The guy says, I'm sorry if I tripped you. I didn't mean to. I apologize. And the Gabi is shocked. This guy is a malach. No matter what he did, he didn't get angry. Gabi said, what can I do next? He said, I'm not sure you're going into the Rebbe in 30 minutes. A lot of people waiting for you. You might not even go today. The man says, look, if that's what it is, I just want to see the Rebbe, whatever you decide. And for the next 30 minutes, the Gabi did whatever he could to get this man angry, and it didn't work. No matter what he did, the man was calm, cool, and collected. He was really like a malach. After 30 minutes, the Rebbe calls the man in, and this guy is looking forward to hear this great advice the Rebbe is going to give him about anger. The Rebbe tells him, I actually thought of something to tell you, but I'm wondering, the Gabi told me that for the last 30 minutes, some things happened, and you're a malach. You never got mad. You're one of the most worked out people ever. You need advice in anger? Why are you asking me for advice in anger? You really were able to withstand everything. The guy turns to the Rebbe and says, Rebbe, I don't know how to say this, but I kind of heard you tell the Gabi to get me angry. And I knew that he's trying to test me out. I controlled myself. The Rebbe says, let me ask you a question. The last 30 minutes, do you hear any of my other conversations with the people that came in to see me? The guy says, if I think about it, no, I didn't hear anything. The Rebbe said, but you did hear my conversation with my Gabi about you, right? He said, yeah, I did. That's because I wanted you to hear what I told the Gabi. And now you know the trick to controlling your anger. When you know you're being tested, you can withstand anything. And this story really touched me because so many times you think about things in life that when you're busy, you're stressed, and how are you going to overcome it? But hey, if you're being tested, you can withstand it. And there's so many times that we're tested in life, whether it's with our anger, or with our money, or with our patience, or with acting the time to Hashem. Imagine someone told a guy davening in shul, I'll give you $50,000 if you leave shul early. No way. You can't buy me for money. Most guys would turn it down. And yet, sometimes we leave early because we have to run to work. Or someone's asking you to do them a favor, and then you don't have time for them. You're busy. But it's a test. Do you really have the time? You could probably make the time. And then there are tests that are really ongoing, and sometimes it's more difficult to withstand them. But understanding that it's still a test can really help somebody. That could be in the Indian if people don't have children, unfortunately, or health, or shidduch. And now is a really special time. We, as Klal Yisrael together, can withstand the big test and have a special day of skula to help one another, especially in the day of shidduch. Tu B'Av together is something that we started from Yad La'achim a few years ago, that on the day of Tu B'Av, 500,000 people take a few minutes of their time, yes, the test of time, the test of patience, and daven for one another for a shidduch. 8 kapitulach of Tehillim are said together at the very same time. This year, as Tu B'Av falls out on Shabbos, Rav Chaim Kanievsky Shlita and other Gedolim have said that we should have the tefillah on Sunday, and it's the same power of Tu B'Av, and that is the time where all of Klal Yisrael is getting together at Sunday, 12 o'clock New York time, to say the 8 kapitulach of Tehillim together. You can download the Tehillim to be said at tuba'avtogether.com. Additionally, at the very same time, there's going to be a minyan of Talmidei Chachamim davening in Amukah for all people who submit their names for absolutely free. There's never a charge to give names to tefillah, to Yad La'achim, for shidduchim and all Yeshuas, and all names will also be given to Sarah Torah around Rav Chaim Kanievsky Shlita, who will daven for everyone who gives their names. Once again, there's no charge. Simply visit www.tuba'avtogether.com. And that's really the lesson of the Rav Chaim. When you know you're being tested, you can withstand anything. So, one of the greatest tests that we have today is a test for our time. Always busy on our phones. We don't have a second to spare. But let's recognize, hey, we're being tested to give our time to somebody else. Take a few minutes to daven for someone else. Take a few minutes to give someone else's name for tefillah and for free. And also, I would suggest, I think this is very important, when you give someone's name for tefillah, Yad La'achim, for free, call them up or send them a text. By the way, I sent in your name. I thought about you. I cared about you. Or on Tu B'Av, we're davening for each other in Klal Yisrael on the day of Tu B'Av at 12 o'clock throughout the world, 7 o'clock in Eretz Yisrael. There's literally going to be around 50 plus countries involved in this, 500,000 Yidden. Tell your friend, hey, I daven for you. So let's all get together on this Tu B'Av together. Daven for one another. Help each other. Read shidduchim. It'll be a special day. And let's make it Tu B'Av together. Sunday, July 25th, beginning at 12 p.m. New York time, and watch the mega live streamed event at tuba'avtogether.com, which will feature many leading Gedolim, Rabbanim, and speakers. There will also be many musical performances. You can download the free article Tehillim to be said on that day, and submit names for tefillah for free in advance of Tu B'Av to the minyan of Talmidei Chachamim, who will be davening in Amukah at the very same time. Plus, all names will be given to Rav Chaim Kanievsky Shlita for a bracha. Join Klal Yisrael, and let's make it Tu B'Av together.